So it's nice to see Voltemada back in central midfield. Or,
Back to his natural position.
Is that his natural position, is it?
Yeah, that's where. It is now. Yeah, they're forcing the old, what is it? Square pegs in round holes again, isn't it? It's,
what was bizarre was Asula at centre forward. He just scored a worldie on the right wing.
Yeah.
And then we're playing him as centre forward.
Well, I think with Asula, I said it while we were watching it. I think he had that hype. I think it just died down, didn't it? As soon as he started actually playing. I don't think he's a starter. I really don't think he's a starter.
But again, though, it is square pegs and round holes, isn't it? I mean, I came away from the match thinking, well, the best team won.
Oh,
I
yeah,
wasn't
100%.
even disappointed because we got outclassed.
But I watched, obviously I didn't go and I was watching at home, and after 20, 25 minutes I was thinking, we're going to smash this.
Yeah.
Well, because
we had like everything.
Harvey
They
Barnes,
had nothing.
unbelievable goal. I thought, here we go.
They had nothing. Like,
well, yeah.
And we did. And then it was like, this wasn't the reason, but so many times we get a goal ahead and change how we play.
Well, we sat back. I think we went 1-0 up.
We sort of sat back
99% of the time we go 1-0 up.
I mean, I never
and
seen
that's it.
I never seen the possession. How much possession did Man City have in the game?
Probably like 60
or 70%.
At half time, they were like 60 odd.
And Savinho, is it Savinho, the kid that was playing on the right? I mean, Lewis Hall's had a great season, and he didn't have a bad game, but Savinho was top class.
The two wing, even Doku as well. I've slagged him off a few times.
It was disrespectful, the fact he scored and just hit his shin, because to be fair to the kid, he deserved to score a better goal than that. It just seemed, where I was sitting, it just rolled over the line.
Yeah,
it was shocking.
I mean, it's the best team won. They were like, even they were like quite good to watch.
It was.
You were a neutral, like watching that.
They didn't even get out of second gear.
No, they didn't.
And I think that just goes to prove how far behind we are with how far behind we are with the top teams with an in-depth squad. Did he have one eye on Barcelona? I mean,
but what's the point in having one eye on Barcelona if he's going to go into the exact and play the exact same way?
Joe Linton had a great game against Man United, but could he have done that against Man United, Man City, and play against Barcelona?
Well, he should be. He's a professional footballer.
But I just felt disappointed that it was City at home, and again the atmosphere.
We beat them already this season.
Yeah, I know.
And like those first 20 minutes, it's not like it wasn't a fluke. Like we were we could have been 2-0 up.
You beat them once, but how many times have they beat you this season?
Loads.
Oh well,
4 now.
About 4.
Well,
yeah,
it was 1-1 at St James's Park.
I just think that on the night, I think Man City knew that they were better than us, and I think we knew that they were better than us.
But you can't think that like the first 25 minutes, if we'd have kept that momentum going in the first 25 minutes, but again, it's what we're saying about playing players. Like we played Trippier every single game at right back. He had a good game against Man United. But
he's probably his best game of the season.
But he's had one good game in the last 5.
It was good to see Tino back though. That was a good thing.
I mean, it's just insistent on Voltemada playing central midfield.
I can't.
I feel for the lad because he's the one who's going to get all the hate and all the stuff when he's like, he's not even a central midfielder. Like, what's he doing in
Let me ask
midfield?
you this about Voltemada, because I heard for when his form dropped off when he originally came in and was scoring all those goals, and then it dropped off. I heard a lot of Newcastle fans say he's clearly not a centre forward. What is his position?
Exactly what I do.
Well, he's not a centre mid.
So what is it?
Did he play
he's a centre forward, but not in our system.
Yeah.
He is a centre forward. He's a centre forward
for Germany.
Yeah. He scores goals for Germany.
So what,
he sets
what
goals up
need,
for Germany.
What do you need to change to get him working?
I was saying to Josh earlier, no. If you're insistent on playing him and we can't fucking defend for shit, what you do is you play 3 at the back, 2 wing backs, 2 central midfielders, and then you play Voltemada up front and you make Barnes and Gordon play fucking right next to him. Yeah. They play off him. Yeah. So he can drop in. Well, if he drops in and gets the ball, them 2 pacey motherfuckers running behind him. At the minute, we try and play Voltemada up front. He's here on his own. Yeah. Fucking Barnes and Gordon are all the way over here, hogging the wings. So when the ball comes into him, he's got nothing to do. And he's not an off the shoulder. He's not a. And people are like, he needs to get in the box. But it's just not his game.
One of the reasons we're not playing 3 at the back is due to the fact that is Botman fit, because he keeps on. He's been on the bench the last 3 or 4 games. 4 games since he came back from injury.
Yeah, I mean he played on the weekend.
I think he's fit, but he's had that long-term injury. You can tell a bit. But this is
why you play Botman in a 3 at the back.
Yeah.
You play him with other players. But even if you don't,
I think one of the problems we've got this year is the fact that literally we're playing every 3 or 4 days, and our squad's not good enough or big enough.
It's not good enough.
The squad is big enough. The squad is definitely big enough. We spent £250 million in the summer. Yeah. The squad is big enough. It's not good enough. Hang on a minute. It's not even that it's not good enough. It's that we don't give people a chance.
Yeah.
We have youngsters that
Well, I think
in that game when City were fucking all over us and it was clear as day they were going to beat us, put the fucking youngsters on.
Yeah.
Give them a fucking chance.
we're missing a good old-fashioned centre forward who'll hold the ball up. That's what we're missing at Newcastle United.
We're missing
And, you know,
Alexander
we've got-
Isak.
what?
We're missing Alexander Isak.
Yeah, we are big style. And I mean, look, you know, what is Wissa's? What is Wissa's?
Oh,
natural
what
position?
is Wissa?
He's
Like,
not a natural.
what
he's not a
is
centre
Wissa?
forward, is he?
Existentially, what is he?
Is he a centre forward?
I don't think he's touched the ball any time he's come on the pitch
But
in the
the
last
other
10
thing is-
He
games.
should be given
But
the
if,
chance.
Yeah.
equally, if we've got these players, we've signed these players, play Voltemada and Wissa up front together, but not for 5 minutes, not for 10 minutes, not for 6 minutes in a game here, and then we put them both on the bench, then one player. Just commit. You've spent fucking 100 odd million on these players. Commit. Play them both up front for 3 games.
Yeah.
For 70, 80 minutes of 3 games, and let them do something. You can't expect Voltemada to play centre midfield, fucking left wing, centre back, up front, and he play a good game.
He's got to have some consistency.
Yes.
He's got to play in a position that A, he knows he can play in,
Yeah.
and B,
And people can say he's not a striker. He's not a striker. He scored 10 goals.
Yeah.
He was doing it at the start of the season. He was doing it when we were putting crosses in the box, when we were playing better as a team. Do you know what I mean? It's like that.
well, we're still putting crosses in the box. There's no one in.
Defenders have adapted to his game very
they have
quickly.
to.
as well.
Yeah. But that's why every team he's ever been in, when he's been at his best and really good, which you'd think people would know by just fucking watching his videos, he has players play really close to him. What's his game? His touch is incredible.
Yeah,
His
yeah.
turn is incredible.
Yeah.
So get the ball into him and get people playing off of him. He's a big fucking lad. He's going to draw
Yeah.
players towards him, and then
But when yous have been successful under Howe, like for me, the best attacking players you've had is all about intensity and it's
Yeah,
all
so
about
why do we
constant
buy 'em then?
movement. Exactly.
so if you and also we needed to change that because it don't work for us anymore.
Yeah.
Because teams sit back. There's no space for us to run in. I saw a video this morning saying we were so good when we were in transitions and we attacked fast. How do you attack fast when the team have 8 men behind the ball? There's no space. We
Yeah.
have to adapt. In my head, I thought that's why we bought Voltemada, because he's a different player. But what we've done is we've bought Voltemada and put him in the system that we were playing before that weren't working. So we need to adapt. You know, I know there's the no plan B because plan B means plan A weren't good enough. Well, I'm telling you, plan A isn't fucking good enough.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. Like, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to work this out. That system, that play isn't working. You either need to, like we say, give them a chance in the right positions, or you fuck them both off. And you play Gordon up front every game. You play Barnes on one wing, and
Well,
you play
but
Alanga on the other.
Gordon's better on the wing.
Yes,
I
he
mean,
is.
given his due in the last sort of 2 or 3 months, Gordon is
He
much
has,
better. As a
yeah.
left winger, he's taken
but
his
he's,
man
but
on
he's
again.
also had games like the Man United game where he played really well up front. But again, it's not consistent.
No.
He'll have one good game up front, whereas he's more consistent on the wing. Like,
But to me, as somebody watching Newcastle, who I was going to say neutral, I'm not a neutral. But if I'm thinking about who I want to face in the Newcastle side in the derby, I don't want to face Gordon up front because that, to me, is your most dangerous lineup.
Yeah.
Whereas if I see Wissa or Waldemar lined up against us, happy days.
Because when Gordon can be asked, that's when he's good.
Yeah.
Like, look at him look at him in the Champions League this season. He's probably been our best player in the Champions League this season. He's on 10 goals. Look, I know it's Karabag and all this, but he's still got other goals in other games. And like,
Well, he's got most of his goals in the Champions League.
yeah,
But I mean, Tuesday, Barcelona, that's a big game.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is.
basically, you know, as a Newcastle fan, you're going into that because Eddie said it's the biggest game it's in the history of the club, isn't it? Last 16.
no.
Shit.
Carabao
can't- no,
Carabao
it
Cup
can't be.
final's bigger
Can't be.
than that. Winning the first trophy in God knows how many years.
But I would say as well, those games in Keegan's season when you had a legitimate chance of winning the league are bigger.
Yeah,
I think
same.
the problem now is from a financial point of view, we need to go as far as we can in the Champions League just to
I think it was
invest in the future.
I think
you
it was
know?
48 million we've earned so far, just the Champions League.
So
I mean,
far?
that's a
Yeah.
new keeper.
Well, I think
so-
Villa made 75.
That's paying back what we spent on Wissa, mate.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, so
Might be
we
able to
need
buy
to win
another
another
Wissa.
game. Just
Yeah,
to
we
pay
need to
off
win another
Wissa.
game.
You know, it's like
And then win another game maybe to
I
help
think- yeah.
start paying off Alanga.
The bottom line is we've fucked ourselves with money
Well,
because we've spent so badly,
and I
and you can't recover from that because we're in PSR trouble before. We got out of it by selling Isak, and now we're
Well,
back in
well,
exactly
yeah,
the same
before we sold
position because
Anderson.
we've.
In Minter.
Yeah, but we managed to pull ourselves out by getting 125 million for Isak. We're like, oh, we're not gonna have to worry about PSR for a while.
Well, we are because we bought Joss.
Yeah, because we then went and bought
Yeah.
players that
Yeah.
either we
I
didn't
think for me
need or
Saturday
don't
was
fit.
just we went out with a whimper. That's what's disappointing. FA Cup 5th round.
And sometimes you
Go
think like these youngsters, like we've mentioned loads of times, like put Sean Neve on. I mean, He came on for what?
He would,
3 minutes against
would have offered
Karabakh,
more
and
than
he
what
did more
Wissa
than what
ever
Wissa's done
offered.
in his whole Newcastle career.
Yeah.
Like, so, you know, just give these people a chance. I know you're obviously Eddie's
Well, I
obviously
think-
panicking, and he's, you know, he wants to play the strongest team possible, but sometimes putting a youngster in is the best thing to do. Look at Man United when they put Rashford in, and you know, it was like they had to,
Well,
and they had to
well,
put these players in, and they've just rose to the occasion.
Yeah.
We don't know if they can rise to the occasion.
I mean,
'cause they don't get a sniff ever.
Miley was only in there because
he had
injuries.
to. Do you know what I mean?
But then now look at him. He's had like player of the matches. He's had player of the months.
We need
this
to bring
season.
Longstaff back. You see his goal.
Yeah, it was
It's a
pretty
good goal,
Oh,
isn't it?
yeah.
The worry for you, I guess, is Howe probably knows he's under a bit of pressure now. So he's, if anything, that's going to make him less likely to experiment.
To change. He's not changing nothing.
But
We're
you
going to be
see,
playing that same.
Playing Asula as a centre forward for me on Saturday against City was a strange one, because you know.
Well, he came out and said that he has to play him because his confidence was so high. But like,
we'll put him on the right.
yeah, especially when Voltemada's on the pitch anyway. Like, I know.
You know, he could have played him on the right, because you know we know Barnes and we know Gordon have played a lot of games. We've got big games coming up. You could have played it, as you said. We should be playing a centre forward. And if Voltemada's a centre forward, that should be his position.
Do you think as well, like, obviously Voltemada gets so much like criticism when if Voltemada played for another club and he was going to be put up front, they'd coach him to play in the system better.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a coach,
Well,
if you're a coach and you've signed this player he's a £69 million player, he knows how to play football.
Yeah.
He probably just needs direction into how he fits into a system that plays this way. But also it can't be like, well, just go up front, mate, and chase down the goalie when he gets the ball, because he's not.
You see, again,
in our system, you need to do this. This is how it's going to work.
That's all we did on Saturday. All Asula did on Saturday was chase the goalkeeper down, chase the defender.
And to be fair, I said a bit about Sula at the start. He had that bit where he was running through and there was a bit of tangling with like the legs and things like that, but he actually ran at them.
No, I know.
But then,
I'm not blaming Asula.
No, I know that, and it's just like
position.
so. Yeah, like Sula still offered more than what Wissa offered, or Voltemada, whatever, when he went up front. So it's just, I think we just need to find. We've got like 4 strikers at the club, and not one of them are performing. Counting Gordon in there, and it's just like we're clearly missing Alexander Isak.
Well, we are. I'm also. I think.
I honestly don't think that just having Isak in the team would make us. All of a sudden, we'd be like, we're back.
You haven't mentioned Murphy.
I don't know, because if you look at examples like Murphy.
Jacob Murphy made all those goals for Isak last year. He's made goals this year for the likes of Voltemada, and he's not getting an opportunity. Is he injured? Is he not injured? Or is Eddie going to play?
I mean, he can't be injured. He bottles every single tackle that comes near him, so there's no way he's
all
injured,
do,
is there?
Shane. I
mean, he is the worst bottler in the world when it comes. No. Murphy is the worst.
Stands back
Murphy, if there's a 50-50 to kick the ball, he'll just take 2 steps back and move out of the way, like every time.
I mean, I've been impressed. I think Alanga's really coming on. You know,
he is, but he still hasn't.
But you're starting to get involved in the team more.
He is, but then it's like I heard someone say on BBC Newcastle where it was like, we're saying this about Walanga, he's starting to come on, but you've got to remember we paid 55 million, and people are thinking like we're getting excited when he wins a corner. Is that really what we want from a winger?
Right.
Well, what you're saying is Alanga's doing better than he was doing, but our expectation levels were
here.
Yeah. So that's why you're saying he's doing
but
better.
Then we're like, we need to up our expectation because we paid 55 million for him. We should be getting involved in a goal every 2 games.
That's not a player who should take a settling in period, because he's played his entire career.
And he was one statistically. He was one of the best players in his position, the right wing. But last season,
he played for a team who play on the break, where teams attack them and they're spacing behind. Teams don't do that to us anymore.
So why did we buy him?
People don't do that anymore because it fits our system, and the system is being found out this season. That's what.
Do you think
and the system was found out a little bit towards the back end of last season.
Yeah.
When teams started to defend against us and we couldn't score against Everton, and Isaac didn't score for the last 8 games of the season or something. So having Isaac in this team, one, he'd have been injured for half the season. So we'd have been in the same position. We'd have needed another striker anyway. And 2, teams sit back against us now. That's just what happens. And unless you all of a sudden bring in a magic number 10, or, you know, you can see we miss Bruno because Bruno plays forward passers between players for people to get into spaces, whereas we don't. We literally go down the side, pass it backwards, pass around to the other side,
we'll have
pass
that
it backwards,
system.
pass it round, because we don't know how to get through them players.
Ramsey, to be fair, against Man U in that first half, he was starting to show signs.
Well, even we were talking about the other day, fucking shoot. If they stand off you and you've got a sight at goal from 25 yards, just have a shot.
Yeah.
And it's like Tonali starts doing it all of a sudden. It's like, oh, he scored and Pickford made that massive save and he's hit the post and all that. It's like, if you start shooting from further out, the teams realise you do that, so they then come out to close you down. Then you can pass it through into the nice little space that's there. You know, I should just be the manager. Really, it'd be fucking easy. Do you know what I mean? It's like, but I think Howe's got a system he plays. He played the same system at Bournemouth that he's playing with us, and it's kind of like this. I think I've mentioned it loads of times. The development cycle of the football club is: I love Eddie Howe. I love everything he's done for Newcastle. But if our ownership group are saying we're going to be one of the biggest clubs in the world and challenging for the league in 2030, then, in my opinion, sorry, Eddie Howe isn't the right manager to take that club to that position.
I still think that when they come out and say that, I think it's blowing smoke up your arses. I think every incoming CEO says that. Every incoming... They're as much PR trained as anything.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So they're probably quite content with the job Howe's doing as long as he's not got you in peril and he's going for
that they
in the
are,
cups.
and that's why they didn't spend any money in January.
Is it not because you spent so much in?
No, we
summer?
needed players. We could have got players.
We don't spend. To be fair,
but you not think as well, because the infrastructure because the infrastructure was broken, where we didn't have a direct level football. Do you not think we didn't spend in January because we were working on that infrastructure?
I mean, it was absolute shambles last year. Like we had a Darren Eales, like no disrespect to him, but obviously we knew that he was going through his cancer and things. But he stepped down after the transfer window, and I just think maybe we should have had somebody in place with him at that stage.
That's where the infrastructure
it wasn't his job anyway, was it?
It wasn't his job, but like we had things like that, and then obviously all the stuff with we've had in the history of like was it Ashworth going on garden leave, and then Mitchell was like
the infrastructure's
leaving.
Not been there.
So it's like, what is going on at that club? And it feels like it hasn't been structured until the last time it was structured was when Amanda Stabley was there, and we had that. Like you've seen the doc where she's like, when she went to go and buy Gordon, she's heavily involved. She's like, we're going to get him. We're going to get him. It doesn't feel like we've got that type of character in the club at the minute.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think there's no way on earth that the ownership group are content with being 14th in the fucking league after spending £250 million in the summer.
But you need them to come out and say that, don't you?
Yeah.
What you don't need them to come out and say is that in 2030 we're going to win the Premiership, we're going to win the Championship.
Well, I mean, at the point when they came out and said that, but when they came out and said that, we were like 7th in the league, still in all the competitions. It's a completely different time to say that compared to now. There's no way they'd come out and say that now, you know. But at that time, they probably felt like, okay, we're on a upward curve. We've won a cup. We're still in all these competitions. We're in the top 8 in the Champions League. We're in a good place. Whereas right now, we're not, and they're not going to come out and say anything now because it's like, you know, well, it's not the time to say it, but. The summer will be a big.
Is Rashford injured? That's my first question about tomorrow. Is he?
No, he was on the plane coming over.
Why won't Yamal? Is he playing?
No, he was on the plane.
Yeah. They'll be full strength.
This doesn't we shut up.
They'll be full strength. They'll
be full strength, and why would they not go full strength?
Well, obviously they will. It's more if they have injuries, won't it? They'll be full strength. Every team's full strength if you've got the players.
More on the summer though. I mean, if you're a Newcastle fan, what are you expecting in the summer? Are you expecting a total turnover in the team? Or are you expecting like? I don't know, like a few players here and there.
Goalkeeper.
I'm fully expecting a brand new team because I don't think this team is good enough.
It's not possible to do a full team.
Do you think that there's
not a brand new 11? I mean, like I'm expecting about 6-7 players in this summer.
Do you think
who's getting sold to fund that?
Well, I would just
Voltemada.
Who's getting sold that people will give you money for?
We'll sell them at Bayern Munich.
The thing is, you'd sell Voltemada would go for money back to Germany from what he did in Germany.
It'd be like 40 million or something.
Yeah, you get 40-50 million for him because of his age as well. But I just think, please don't give contracts to the really old players whose legs have already gone, or do, but just make sure they're really low value compared to what they're on currently now. Stop with the blind loyalty to players that don't show the exact loyalty back to the club. And we just need to, if it is a case of like, we can't fund these players. We've spent all this money on youth over the years, since that ownership group come in. Like we took Alfie Harrison from Man City's youth, but he's never had a sniff. And fair enough, he might not have been good enough in the reserves and all that, but sometimes you just have to give these players a chance. Like there's players that played under 23 football and were rubbish and then came into the first team and were unbelievable. You know, it's just, if you don't give people a chance, you'll never know. And we've not done that, and we'll complain about how we have to play the same players every week, no matter what. And it's like, I mean, like again, Trippier done great for the club, but there's no way at his age and with the injuries he's had, he should be playing every single game. We should be giving some kind of youth a chance to play, even if it's the last 30 minutes of a game.
Do you think that someone will be interested with players like Tino Livramento? He's got 2 years left of his contract. Tonali's got 4 years.
I think if he doesn't sign a contract, we need to look to sell him.
We'll sell one or two big key players this summer.
Was Pep looking for a new midfield? Do you think when he's seen talking to
if we finish 14th, I wouldn't be surprised if we lose Bruno or Tonali.
But would you blame them as well?
No, I wouldn't blame them.
I wouldn't blame them at all.
And people will say, "Oh, Bruno, he's an adopted Jordan," and he is, and he loves the club and everything else. But footballers only get one career.
Yeah.
And he's now at the age where he's like in his prime.
Yeah.
And it's like if we don't go and sign good players, or there's not like a change and stuff like that in how the club's run and everything else, then I think he goes, because if he's remotely available, I don't think there's a club that doesn't want him.
Yeah.
Because of 100%. The passion he brings. He's obviously a class footballer as well. Like, Pep will buy him because he loves that type of player. I think Rodri might end up going to Real Madrid, and then, even fucking Arteta would probably take him, and he's got 10 million centre midfielders. Yeah. So I think we're in trouble.
We are.
Because what happened with Isaac last year could happen with 3/4 players in the summer. You could have Gordon wanting out, which is like fine if you get the money. You could have Tonali. You could have
Tino.
I think as long as you're getting the money, if players don't want to be at the club and you get the money for them, then I want players at my club.
Do you worry about us getting the money, or we'll get it 2 days after the season started, and then everyone knows we've got the money, and then it's just like
no. We need to be buying early, and we should have a shortlist now about who's coming into what
100% should.
And we should be telling the infrastructure should be saying to the players like the Tonalis and the Brunos, this is what we're doing in the summer. This is who we're getting, so that it's all set.
From the things I'm hearing, I don't know if it's all.
Season.
The things I'm hearing, I don't know if it's all propaganda and things like that, but it sounds like it's going to be a good summer. If it's anything like
weather.
I'm going to Benidorm.
Hey.
But yeah, I'm as I said before, I'm fully expecting us to buy about 7.
I worry about World Cup, because I get there's players that spring to mind like Boom Song, and who was that centre forward who signed from France who ended up in Rangers or somewhere. Some Rajis we've signed in the past one World Cups.
It puts the price up by about 10% if they have a good World Cup run. Look at Ochoa, all them years ago, the goalkeeper from Mexico.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's your hope as well, that someone like Gordon has a brilliant World Cup and then sticks another extra 20 or 30 million on the value.
That's what we need.
Yeah, I think we're safe with Gordon. Will go for 70 million if he goes anyway. I think just because of his age, and
we paid
people
50,
know,
bit less.
Yeah, 40, I think.
40.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see. We can't do a rebuild without selling somebody or a combined set of players for 100 million. So it's like the only way you get that is a Tino Livramento goes for 70 million or a Gordon goes for 70 million, and then you sell a few fringe players for 10, 15 million to get yourself there. But then the standard of player that you need, what does that get you? Two, 3 players at max?
Yeah.
But we need to be doing similar stuff to what Sunderland done, or what we did early on when we go and sign a Bruno for 30 million rather than going and signing Alanga for 55 million.
If you look at how much City have done business, great business. If you think of the goalkeeper they bought, was that 25, 30 million?
26 million.
Then you've got Guy. What was he? 25. I know he's 20 million.
Cherky was only 30, wasn't he?
Yeah. And it's going back to basics for you, right? Because the pressure's not going to be compete on all fronts next season. The pressure's going to be get back into Europe.
We'll probably get Champions League again next season.
I think the problem with finances now, you've got to be in Europe to move the club forward.
Yeah, I don't know how many cycles of Champions League, no Champions League, Champions League, no Champions League that top players will do. Like a Tonali or a Bruno, or I don't know how many cycles they'll do.
They want to be in everyone.
Yeah, they want to be in it every year.
Yeah.
They'll also they must be feeling like fucking shit now, because we're like, I know you lose Isaac in the summer, but you've gone and you've finished 5th, won a cup, spent 200 odd million, and end up 14th, 15th in the league. Like, that's shit for us. It must be shit for world-class footballers to be like, I thought we were going to press on, and with what we've done, we've gone fucking 8 steps backwards. Like,
but it is hard to break. If you look at Arsenal, you look at Liverpool, you look at Chelsea, they're teams that have, over the last 10 years have consistently been in the Champions League.
Yeah.
And if you look at teams that are trying to compete, the likes of Villa, Newcastle, chuck Spurs in there if you need to, or Man United, the difficulty is It's getting the right players to come to the club. You've got to be able to do. That's what Pep was saying.
Now
not
there's
have Spurs to worry about next season.
now there's that 5th spot as well in the Champions League. It's all to play for.
But also,
we're not going to make the Champions League.
No,
this year.
we're
No,
definitely not
also-
going to make the Champions League.
Villa are basically, we should be like the same.
Yeah.
Villa haven't spent what we've spent recently, but even when Villa are under the cosh and they've got nothing, they're still sniffing around them Champions League places, aren't they? Whereas we go like
up or
in
down.
there, fucking not in there. And I know we came like
So
7th or whatever that season.
What would make
without
Shane happy this season?
season?
Yeah. So where if you're not going to be happy full stop?
Yeah.
Or we'll finish 6th.
What do you mean?
Well, is there anything that's going to make you think that?
Oh yeah, I could sit here and say, yeah, if we came 6th, I'd be buzzing, but it's not going to happen. Is
What
it?
would make you?
It's not going to happen.
What would make you Eddie Howe in the summer?
Letting players go that shouldn't be here. I think it's
He seems
between
very loyal, Eddie Howe. Doesn't he? That's what you're saying.
Yeah,
He seems loyal.
and which has been one of his best skill sets in bringing the club together. But there becomes a time and point where if you want to win, you have to be a winner, and it can't be like, I'm just going to give this guy a chance, or I'm going to leave him in the starting 11 too long because I know he does a solid job for me when there's a better player that could come in and play.
Like,
you know,
you're fully expecting the likes of Pope. That's it now. Trippier.
Well, we need a goalkeeper full stop.
Oh,
that's not
for
the,
me,
you know,
for
we
me,
need a- we
Pope,
need- we
Pope
need a
shouldn't
world-
start
You
another
need to.
game. For me, Pope shouldn't play another game. There's a mistake every 1-2 games, and it's not even the fact that I think Ramsdale's a better keeper. I just don't think Ramsdale makes those
Ramsdale with his
mistakes.
feet against Man United, you could see that difference.
Yeah.
With the
He's actually kicking it upfield now for a goal, now for a throw-in.
He has no presence
yeah,
in
no
that
presence
6-yard
in the
box.
box. Yeah,
But then
And
does
we-
Pope, because he comes out and tries
Well,
to punch
Pope
it and misses the
Pope
ball.
does have more, but we need
He
a
has more of a
goalkeeper.
presence, but he's
Goalkeeper
mistakes.
centre forward.
Pope makes the odd mistake coming out for crosses and stuff, but because we're not paying attention, he'll catch 10 of 11 crosses, whereas Ramsdale, every time the ball goes in the box, you think, fucking hell. I can't even see him behind the defenders sometimes. He's that small. Like, you know, it's like, he's not small, but like when we were at the game, we saw him in the lift and Craig was bigger than him.
Was he?
Yeah, it's like,
Bloody hell.
so he's not that presence he doesn't have that, but obviously he could go into a Man City and be blinding because he's unreal with his feet, but we have a mixture of teams can put it on us and then we struggle with that.
Yeah.
I just think I would love to see a change in system and approach to games. You know, like, which I don't think will happen because, like you said, he's under the cosh now, so he's going to stick with what he knows. But I think that to have belief that we're going to be able to get from here to up here, we need to have the ability to change. Every manager's done it. Every top manager's done it.
Yeah.
You know, Klopp's done it. Pep's done it. Ancelotti's done it. All the top managers have the ability to go, this isn't working. I'm going to swap this. Our definition of this isn't working is play the exact same system but just move people into a different place.
Yeah.
Put Gordon up front, put Voltemada in midfield, do this. You know, it's like that's just.
He'll not do it while they're still in the Champions League, and he'll not do it before the derby. So you're
Yeah.
talking maximum 5 or 6 games.
Yeah, it's going to be when it's written on that
But
we're
again,
finishing.
but
we're
again, when you
finishing
look at the run
10th,
that we've had
11th.
this year, we've gone sort of, you know, was it Man United, Man City, Barcelona, Chelsea, Barcelona, Sunderland.
Yep.
And I think we're just, you know, we have played a lot of football, and
Yeah.
and I don't think we're as acclimatised like City or Arsenal.
No, we're not going to be. But at the same time, we did it 2 years ago, so
Yeah,
and we haven't learned
exactly,
from our
yeah.
mistakes
Yeah, I
of
agree
doing
with
that.
that.
So it's like, you know, there has to be a point where the blame becomes on people within the club. You know, the first time it came round, we had all them injury problems, and it was like we're all just like, fuck it, it's a good laugher in the Champions League. Like, yeah, great. Whereas like you can't go Champions League, Champions League,
No,
League,
you've
and
gotta
make
have
the
some
same mistakes
consistency.
that we were making before. And this time we don't really have the excuses
And we
because
can't
we
win
don't
the
have
FA
the
Cup
injuries.
again to Europe now, so literally we have just got it down to the Champions
We've got to
League.
win the Champions League, haven't we,
Yeah,
really?
Which we're going to do now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we're going in there tomorrow, Shane. We hope.
We are. Voltemada's going to get a hat-trick from centre
There you
midfield.
go. That's what you want.
yeah.
Positivity.
You've got to hope Real Madrid beat Man City and all that.
I'm not worrying about anybody else.
Yeah, innit?
Just
Yeah, we
worried
don't want to be
about
playing them, do we?
Barcelona, right?
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to worry. We're in the easy half of the draw as well. Have you seen the other half of the draw?
Yeah.
It's mental.
It's crazy,
Yeah.
isn't it?
We say easy half. It just means if we beat Barcelona,
Yeah.
we might have to beat Atletico Madrid. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of Arsenal.
or Spurs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Spurs.
Fucking
What about
Spurs.
Spurs are going to win the Champions League, mate, aren't they? Oh, God.